Hey everybody, and welcome back for another deep dive. If you're enjoying these, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe so you don't miss any future episodes. Today we're going to be diving into the world of political families and their take on the 2024 election.
Buckle up.
Yeah, buckle up. It's a wild ride. We've got some articles here from the Daily Mail and the Daily Beast, and
Oh, yeah, these are juicy.
they're juicy. They're juicy. Okay, so the main player in all this is Liz Cheney.
Republican.
Republican, that's right. And she's been urging former President George W. Bush to publicly endorse
Drum roll, please.
Kamala Harris for president.
Big move.
Yeah, a bold move, especially given, the history between the Bush and Cheney families.
A lot of history there.
A lot of history, but it kind of makes sense when you look at what's been going on politically. Cheney's been a pretty vocal critic of Donald Trump,
Outspoken. Yeah.
and that's put a target on her back.
Good time.
Yeah, and speaking of targets, Trump recently made some pretty concerning comments about Cheney.
I think concerning is putting it lightly.
Yeah, like he actually talked about wanting to see her targeted by gunfire.
Unbelievable.
I know.
It's really disturbing.
Yeah, really disturbing. And Cheney's response has been, we need to take Trump seriously, especially after what happened in 2020.
After the election, yeah.
Yeah, she sees his words as a real threat. And that's why she's calling on people like George W. Bush to step up and, take a stand.
Makes sense.
But here's where the family ties get really interesting. Cheney's father, former Vice President Dick Cheney,
Served under Bush.
served under Bush. He's already endorsed Harris.
No hesitation there.
No hesitation.
Mm.
And he's been very vocal about, denouncing Trump.
Totally opposite of Bush, who's been completely silent.
Yeah, and that's the weird thing, right? Like, Dick Cheney's out there loud and clear, but George W. Bush hasn't said a word about Trump or the election.
It makes you wonder what's going on in his head.
Right. Where does he stand? It gets even crazier, though. Bush's own daughter, Barbara Bush,
Wait, really?
she's endorsed Harris, too.
Wow.
She even campaigned for her in Pennsylvania.
That's why, that's a huge break from the whole, Bush family Republican tradition.
Totally, and it makes you think, like, are we seeing some kind of generational shift happening in the party?
Maybe.
And how much are these family dynamics influencing, political decisions?
It's fascinating.
It is. It really makes you wonder what's going on behind the scenes, especially since George W. Bush has this history of being very private about his voting.
Right, he didn't vote for anyone in 2016.
Nope. He wrote in Condoleezza Rice in 2020.
And for 2024.
Declined to comment.
Classic Bush, playing it close to the chest.
So we're left with a ton of questions. What does Bush's silence mean? Is he distancing himself from the Republican Party? Or is this some kind of, strategic move? And what about these family ties? Are these endorsements just personal choices? Or do they reflect some deeper political alliances within these families?
It's a tangled web, for sure.
Yeah, this deep dive has definitely left us with more questions than answers.
Definitely more questions than answers, but one thing's for sure, this 2024 election is going to be a wild one with all these family legacies and political allegiances and personal convictions all colliding.
Absolutely. And the million-dollar question is, will George W. Bush finally break his silence and follow his family's lead? Or will he go his own way?
Who knows? I guess we'll have to wait and see.
Exactly. We'll have to wait and see. But in the meantime, let us know what you think down in the comments. What are your theories? What are your predictions? And of course, don't forget to like and subscribe to stay tuned for more deep dives into the crazy world of politics.
See you next time.
Bye, everybody.